Hey everyone, Techni here with a keyboard comparison. I don't want this to really be a verse saying this one's better than that one, because let me tell you what, straight off the bat, both of these keyboards are fantastic. And I'm probably going to skip over a bunch of stuff, but if you want to see detailed reviews of both of these boards, I have done a detailed review of both of them. I'll leave the links right down in the description for you. Now, the number one difference obviously is price. The M750 is coming in at right around $100 these days. That's on SteelSeries website, Amazon, pretty much wherever you go. This guy's going to be marked down to that $99 price. Now, the Apex 7 that just recently released is right around $129. So again, when we're looking at the differences, look at it as a $30 difference here. Now, again, I am talking about the 10 keyless on both of these boards here. They both do come with the 10 keys and the price is a little bit more. But again, we have the 10 key, and going to the new Apex 7, it is a $30 difference. Now, the biggest difference right out of the box is size. The Apex 7 definitely feels much smaller. As you can see, the gap difference, they are butted back to back on the back here, but right here, as you can see, you got about a finger's length right there difference. And the difference being is the Apex 7 comes with that magnetic wrist rest, when this guy doesn't. It just kind of slopes out, and this one cuts off. You really get that 60% feel with the Apex 7 rather than this guy. Not saying the M750 is bulky by any means, but you really do, even though that's just a finger's difference, you really do notice and feel the difference. Now, like we just talked about there with the size difference, the Apex 7 does come with this little magnetic wrist rest that just slides and it just magnetizes right on it right there. It's not, it's like a soft touch. It's not squishy by any means, just like a little layer of rubber, when the M750 does not come with any. I don't know if you guys saw on the sides over there, but the M750 kind of has this decorative touch right on the side right here, little chrome accent right there, give it a little sleek design. And this guy is just pretty much, it just goes really stealthily right there. It kind of curls in right at the bottom, and this has a really nice stealthy look to it. So again, kind of cosmetically, they look a bit different on the side. Now, coming to the back side of the boards here, the M750 is a little bit chunkier in the back, when this guy's pretty low profile and pretty sleek. As you can see right back here, also you have a powered USB. As you can see with this chunky USB cord here, and you have two USBs that connect, one for the power of the keyboard and one for the power of that USB back there. That does light up as well. The M750 does not have that. It's just single USB for the power of the keyboard. So again, no extra USB, and the Apex 7 does have that extra USB right there. Now let's go and talk about the bottom of the boards. We're on the M750 here right now, and as you can see, these little feet just pop out. In your box, actually, you get a set that's a little bit bigger, and they're just little rubber deals that just clip right in down bottom there. The other set that comes in it, they are pretty big, so I pretty much just stick to these guys right here. Then you got a couple other rubber feet right on the bottom. Now, the underside of both of these, they are plastic. On the top by the keys, they both have an aluminum base underneath there, but the underside is plastic. Now, on the Apex 7, as you can see, you have 3 feet on the bottom, and then you actually have the feet that pop out on the top. Now, when you push the feet down, that is the rubber grip up top there. So you don't have any of these extra feet up top. Again, when you fold these down, that is your rubber grip right there. But again, these do flip out right there. So honestly, the Apex 7 kind of gets a lower, nice, flush feel to it whenever you're playing. When these guys, you just have that. And if you pop these guys out right there, you have no grip on the back on the M750. So that's kind of a bummer with the M750. Again, if you pop these out and you just want a nice, flush feel, you have no grip. So you have to keep one of the feet in there. So that kind of stinks. Also, on the back of the Apex 7, you have this USB director. So you can have it going straight left or right, which is kind of nice because depending on where your computer is set up, you can direct that USB cord whichever way suits your desk, rather than just be sitting there coming straight out. Say if you got a speaker or something right there, like on the M750, it's always coming out here right in the middle. When with the Apex 7, again, you can direct it whichever way your desk is set up. Really nice little touch there. Now, one other difference, as minor as this sounds, it's kind of a nice touch. I want to bring you in and kind of show you this one right here. This is the M750. Focus on the key. Okay, you see the key, look right around the bottom of the key, and look at the other keys following it. You see the little white right around it? I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right on the very bottom, see a little white bit right down there? So when you're looking at the keyboard like this, you always have the little touch of white right there. Again, it's not horrible, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention. That's like that, but now go and take a look at the Apex 7 here. Right, let's focus on the key. Focus. There we go. So you see on the bottom of that one, how it's all black? And across all the other keys, they have that little black washer or space or whatever at the bottom of the keys. So again, when you're looking at it like this, it looks pretty crisp. Nice and stealthy and very flush, you know. When I was using the M750, previously, I never really noticed that, right? But now that I'm using the Apex 7, it really stands out. Another difference, which kind of gives the M750 a heads up here, is I don't know how well you guys can see that, but you got these little notches right in there, which lets you know when you have your Windows key locked or your caps on or anything like that. So I really like that touch. On the Apex 7, when you do your caps, like say if you got your keyboard flush red, it turns your caps, I believe it's like a bluish or a whitish or something like that. I think it's like an aqua blue actually. So I don't like that. I've noticed that on a lot of off-brand cheaper boards. I don't know, cheaper, but off-brand boards, they do that whenever your caps goes. It just changed the caps key to a different color. So again, if you got your board set red, as minor as it sounds, I don't like that feature. I really don't. I like how the keyboards do like this, and you just got this one little light over here that lets you know, hey, your caps are on. Now let's talk the biggest difference between both of them, which I'm sure you're all wondering about, right? That little screen up there, and what is it for? As you can see up here, I have a couple gears up there. So on the software, you can go in there and upload your own image and put it up there, whether it be like, say if you wanted to say Fortnite or whatever you want. Again, I put the Technique and put some gears up there, and it went right up there, you know? That's not the crispest by any means, but it is pretty cool and pretty fun to play with, right? Now this little knob right over here is your volume rocker, and you can press it in to mute. So really nice and convenient right there. And you have little clicks in between it too, so it's really solid. You don't just automatically just wing it forward. There's a couple clicks right in there. This button right underneath it is like a, you can do a play, pause, or skip track, or a previous track with multiple clicks or single clicks. And then the screen is really pretty cool actually. You can go in it and adjust your illumination, whether it be the brightness, the effect, some of your profiles, just a lot of cool little things you can do with this. And on the software, they state that they're not done adding everything on this right now. So I can really see in the future them doing some really cool stuff with this right here. But again, that is probably the biggest difference between the two keyboards, is this little deal over here with the screen and the volume controls, your media controls, when this M750 is just like pretty much all your other standard keyboards, where you hit your function key and then volume up, down, or mute, or skip track, or whatever, you know, when this guy is right over here, and it is extremely convenient and really, really nice. What do we got? Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. I feel like I'm missing something because there's so much similar about them. I'm just cutting it out. Like the software, very similar. You know, they got a lot of updates to do in the Apex 7 still. I'm sure all the RGB and the effects that are on the M750 are going to be implemented in the Apex 7. Right now, the Apex 7 does not have all the RGB of the M750. Again, if you've watched my previous reviews, you can see the absolute plethora of RGB in the M750. The Apex 7 does not have much right now, but as you can see on the software, it states that they're working on it and updating it right now. I mean, they both use the same switches. They got the QX2 switches, the SteelSeries ones that are made by Gateron for these guys. Again, they come in the blues, browns, and reds. And I have reds on both of these, and you can see they sound pretty... They sound pretty similar, right? I mean, the spacebar sounds a little different. You get more of a solid sound with the M750. Listen here. And let's go to the Apex 7. It's going to be a little more plasticky sounding. So again, it's just really, everything sounds the same. They feel the exact same, obviously, same switches, but that space bar, I like the way it sounds on the M750 better. It sounds really solid. So I think I covered everything there. I really apologize if I missed something. Again, I do have detailed reviews on both of these keyboards, and I'll leave the links for those right down in the description right there so you can catch everything. We go through the RGB and all of them within them, so definitely check those out if you're wondering. But I know the main question we're all asking ourselves, which I asked myself as well, is it worth the upgrade, or is it worth spending that extra $30 to go with the Apex 7 rather than the M750? And again, when we're talking 30 bucks, I don't want to make it sound like 30 bucks is whatever, you know. I'm not really appreciate the dollar. But I think with the differences you're getting with the Apex 7, I think it makes a pretty significant difference. I think this little screen in your media controls up there, I think it's really cool. It's just different. It's cool new tech, right? And why not be on that cutting edge and get that cool new thing that's out, you know what I mean? Again, it might sound fluffy, but I think in the future they're really going to implement a lot more into it, and it's really exciting to see what they can do with it. But the audio controls up here, I love that. I really, really love that. And I don't like how you have these big chunky audio controls up there. You just got this nice little switch and button right there to adjust it, you know, rather than adding more build to the keyboard. The other thing I really like about the Apex 7 is the compact size. Again, we say just a finger's length, and it's like, whatever, man, that's not much. But again, on my desk, and I cock my keyboard to the side, and I really love the build or the size of 60% keyboards. And I get that vibe from this. No, it's not the size of a 60% by any means, right? But I get the feel from this guy. Not saying the 750 is real chunky or anything like that, but I get that sleek, compact, really small feel with the Apex 7, and it fits my desk absolutely fantastic. But hey, let me know down in the comments, do you think it's worth the extra 30 bucks to go with the Apex 7, or would you save the 30 bucks, get yourself a, put it towards a nice new mouse and go with the 750? Again, neither of them are bad keyboards by any means. They are both fantastic, and I love both of them, you know what I mean? But hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this one. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for future tech videos. And I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.